several copies away. And then I asked you, to be on a podcast. So I'm so excited that you accepted. In your book, you talked about your pivotal moment one morning when you were getting your son ready for school, who was, I think at that time, he was 2 years old, and you were just going through the daily activity of getting ready, and you just happened to wipe that um, steam off the mirror and looked
Mhm.
at yourself, and you could not recognize the person that was standing in the mirror, even though you saw her physically. You knew who she was. You said you could not you did not see the bold, courageous, and purposeful Yah. Can you tell us about that moment?
Absolutely. So I think we all have these moments where we're going through life and we just don't recognize ourselves. And for me, that was wow. That was almost 12 years ago. My son will be 14 in March.
Oh,
So
wow.
that was almost 12 years ago. And I had, finished college. I was married, had a great, thriving career, but I didn't feel like myself, right? I had all of these new roles,
Mm-hmm.
and I was thriving in the roles, but I wasn't thriving within. And in that moment, I didn't recognize myself. And when I say that, I mean, I can physically see me, but through my
Mm-hmm.
eyes, I didn't see that light. I didn't see the things that made me happy, that made me smile. And I felt it, but to see it was different because we feel sometimes something's not right. I feel blah. We can't
Mm-hmm.
explain it, but
Mm-hmm.
to physically see that I don't look the same, right? I'm not glowing or gleaming or just really showing up, and it shows on our face. And for me, it was like, okay, I have to figure something out. I have to do something. And it took me back, right? It almost took my breath away that I got to a place where I was unrecognizable. And that
Wow.
really started my journey of really rediscovering and reintroducing me to me. What do I like now, right? What is it that I
Right.
desire now? Because I did all of these things to become this person and to
Mm-hmm.
fit in these roles. But what
Mm-hmm.
does it require from me to thrive now?
Right. I love it. I love it. You said this book is for the woman who is ready to stand in the mirror of her soul, embrace authenticity, and to make a conscious decision to continuously develop the relationship within. Hello, me. So, what is that concept? When you say hello, me, what does that mean?
So, hello, me is we know that hello is kind of your first introduction or how you exchange pleasantries with anyone. And when we think
Mm-hmm.
about saying hello to ourselves, it can mean several things. But for me, hello means being honest, right? Being honest about where you are, what you need, what is it that you desire, really taking an honest look at where
Mm-hmm.
you are right now, taking that introspect of what is it that I truly need right here, not what I'm trying to get in the future, not what I was in the past, but in this
Right.
moment, what is it that I need and how do I give her that? How do I begin to discover? Because after life happens, right?
It
Life
does.
happens to the best of us, whether that is life after a divorce, life in the middle of a divorce, life in your singlehood, life after children, just having them, life after 20 pounds, life after a pandemic, COVID, a
Mm-hmm.
new job, just a new space, losing a loved one, whatever that looks like. And it doesn't always have to be loss. Life after something great that you've experienced, but it changed you. So then, how do I really begin to connect with and really discover this version of me
Mm-hmm.
after I've been through countless things over the years, over a season, over a pandemic? What is it that I believe now about myself? What is it that I desire now? And what is it that I need right now? It's really doing the self reflection to be able to embrace you. And for some of us, it'll be our first time because we've never sat long enough to have honest conversation Does this
Exactly.
serve me? What do I love? What do I desire? Am I doing things out of obligation, out of joy? What does that look like? So, really taking a step back and having that honest conversation with you, like really looking at yourself in the internal mirror to take inventory of what's going on. Is your heart well? Is your mind well? Are your emotions well? What is it that you need to support yourself so that you could become the woman of your own dreams, but the woman that God has destined for you to be?
I love that. I love that. And at some point, we have to give ourselves permission to do that because, like you said, we can get lost in the different titles. As a mom, as a wife, as a mother. As a whatever our title is. Sometimes we feel guilty just even considering that maybe I need something different. Why am I not fulfilled in my role as a wife, or as this title that I'm wearing right now? Why do I feel different? Because sometimes you, like you said, we change, we go through life happens, and we may feel a certain way at one point, and then now we've changed and we feel a different way, and it's perfectly okay to feel different as a 2 years into motherhood as you did when when you first when you first gave birth. It's okay to feel different about motherhood when your child is 14 as opposed to when you did when they were 2. It's okay to feel different about, you need different things when you're 1 year into a marriage, or 4 years into a marriage, or 10 years into a marriage. And so constantly self-reflecting is okay. Would you say that we need to give ourselves permission to do that and not feel guilty about the whole idea of self-reflecting, or analyzing what it is that we need?
Yes. Yes, I think we do need to give ourselves permission. I think giving yourself permission to self-reflect, but also giving yourself permission to pivot, to write a different
Yeah.
story.
Yes.
So many times we kind of have this timeline of who we should be by what age, the
Yes.
type of role we should, the type of mother, the type of wife, the type of friend, whatever
Yes.
that looks like. And sometimes in life, in circumstances, it changes, but we
Mhm.
hold on to a timeline that we made at 17 or 18 when we did not know
Exactly.
ourselves,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
And then
Exactly.
we struggle to hold on to that. But what if you give yourself permission to pivot? What if you give yourself permission to just write a different story or have a different plan? And I think that that is one of the best things that you can do. Just permission to reflect, to discover, to be okay if what you discover is different than you thought it was going to be.